So, do you know what? We thought we could actually park overnight down here. You're too big for that. Why do we always end up walking around a graveyard?
You can hear it breathing. I suppose he has to. It's only just after 8 o'clock in the morning. What's going on? We were up at 6:30. Karen speculated there must have been some grown-up with us. They sent us to bed early. They switched off the internet so that we didn't mess about in the night, and they've got us up early. So that's the only thing I can imagine, because sometimes we think we've done quite well to get out for 11. We're out at 8. But this is gorgeous, this bridge. Now, let me think. Get my geography. I think that's probably Whernside, and Pennygent is sort of that way, close to Horton Ribblesdale, out of sight, and Ingleborough is directly that way. So our park up was just up that road down there, the right-hand turn up there, maybe a quarter of a mile up that way. There would have been an option to actually have stayed here in this pub, the car park, the Station Inn. The Station Inn. There's a few camper vans in the car park, even a caravan.
I think I said something somewhere that when we've got no internet we should bring a book. Where did I say that before? We ain't got Wi-Fi signal or anything like that. You know, you need something to do, so we could do with a book to read.
So this bridge, I think you were telling me earlier that British Rail, as it was then, about 1980 something, British Rail wanted to close it because it was falling into disrepair and there was danger of it collapsing. And British Rail said it wasn't economically viable to repair it. Now, if Beeching had been around, yeah, it would have gone. That bridge, that fantastic structure would have gone. But who better could have been in charge of transport at the time than Michael Portillo? If you've ever watched his Great Rail Journeys, what better man to be in charge of railways than Michael Portillo?
So this is the Ribblehead Viaduct. And it was built when?
1865 or something like that, I think it was.
There's some information down here, let's have a read of that.
Yeah, I think that might be a monument to the men who lost their lives. That gentleman I was talking to just now reckoned 100 men lost their lives building this bridge. Right. Which sounds a very high figure, I have to say.
Oh, I can see a rabbit. Where did he go?
There,
oh, there he is.
He's in front of the yellow digger.
We've got him. There he is. It's a hare. Is it a hare?
I think it could be.
So this viaduct was built between 1870 and 1875 and fully restored in 3 stages between 1988 and 1991 by British Rail, with the support of the following organisations.
Don't read them, there's about 30 of them.
It was unveiled by Roger Freeman, MP Minister of State for Public Transport, on June the 15th, 1992. I wonder how high these are. Oh, it echoes in here. It echoes.
Did you know a duck's quack doesn't echo?
No, I didn't.
A duck's quack doesn't echo, so I've been told.
I wonder how high these are.
Listen. Quack. Quack.
I'll do it. It does echo.
Well, yours. You're not a duck.
Well, it's a duck sound.
Oh, it's not the same. Not the same.
So, do you know what? We thought we could actually park overnight down here.
You could back in the day. Some cheeky monkeys park down there. Look.
Yeah.
They might be somebody official.
I mean, come down here. We saw a sign saying no parking beyond this point. Do we know how tall these are?
Oh, just Google it. Oh.
Oh no, you can't. Got no internet.
They're quite high. Didn't you say something like 14 metres earlier, sometime, when we had internet? I don't know. Remember. I've got a tape measure in the car. And
it's also a working railway bridge. I've seen trains go over.
Yeah, it's Settle Carlisle line. And it looks spectacular when there's a steam train going over. Did you tell me that there was something to do with Harry Potter and this one?
I think so.
I know there's one in Scotland that curves, that had that Ford Anglia flying past. But this one may have been featured as well. Of course,
I am not sure, to be honest.
Question how tall are the arches? is variable, because the one at the very end there is pretty small at one side but bigger at the other. And then as you go down, it drops right down, then it raises up a bit, then it drops down a wee bit more, then it goes back up, and then of course slopes back up and there's no more. And the fascinating thing I read, not that fascinating, is that there's an incline on the bridge. So as it joins up, and it's a 1% incline.
I'm not entirely sure what that means, but don't explain it, we'll be here all day.
Well, it's whatever the length of the bridge is, call it, say it's 100 metres, one end's 1 metre higher than the other. I don't know if it's 100 metres, I'm just saying if it's 100 metres, then that one's high X, and that one's high X plus 1 metre, 1%. There's one there, you're surrounded, look, there's one there, look. She's surrounded.
I better not get close.
No, just leave them be. Look, they're disturbing them. I wonder if anybody's ever climbed them. I'm not about to start. I bet somebody has. Don't you?
I don't know.
I bet. Might I would be able to get off the ground. Actually, you could.
Get down.
I'm not up, am I? No, well, it's be well beyond my ability, but I'm sure some people could probably climb that. Later on a Sunday morning, you get the omnibus edition of the Arches.
That's terrible. Didn't the Romans invent the arch?
Yeah, I think the Romans did invent the arch with the keystone in it. What have the Romans ever done for us? Well, viniculture, central heating, plumbing,
Aqueducts.
arches.
Oh, look. You're too big for that.
He's nearly as big as his mum.
The Ribblehead Viaduct.
Just spectacular. Paper maps. No signal.
Right, so where are we going now?
Now, Hawes.
Right, come on.
If I could hear you cry from here, I would crash through this atmosphere. No common stars or satellites could ever stop this speed of light. But truth be told, I flew away once.
So we're in Hawes,
We are.
and we're going to have a little look around. I don't think there's that much to see, to be honest.
Well, it's typical little Dales town, isn't it?
Tell you what, it attracts lots of bikers, doesn't it?
Well, it's just like Matlock, isn't it? It's similar. You're boiling in all your leathers and carrying your helmet and stuff.
And you know that, do you?
Yeah, I remember. When I had my motorbike a couple of times, I went for a walk, went for a hike up in Derbyshire. Rode there on the bike, that was fine. Went for a walk, that was fine. But did have problems with all my leathers and stuff. And then, I don't know what I did with the leathers, but then after I'd done the walk and I was wet and cold and tired, I had to ride back 30 odd miles. Miserable, absolutely miserable. So, yeah, but back in the day, we have the Crown.
The Crown. You don't want to drink yet, do you?
It's too early, it's not even open. Come on, you're not going to get a beer on a Sunday morning at 10:05. Just remember, we've got up early for us.
Well, it's like tea time for us now. Well, it's certainly a place where people like to come.
No food until further notice. Kitchen issues. Yeah.
Right, come on then.
That'll hit the trade, won't it? Another pub. 3 pubs in a row. The Fountain. I like the pubs. Back in the day, it would have been a proper farmer's market with selling farmers' produce, and the local and not so local inhabitants would have to come here for their supplies, for any food, clothing, whatever. And that's probably why there's so many pubs, because clearly you're going to come in to here from wherever you live, and you're going to want to let your hair down a bit, I guess. So get in that pub. But yeah, it's just bed and breakfast, Dale's house. I know there's a river down the bottom here, but we might as well walk down there and have a look. Lots of sheep. Like your little friends this morning. Obviously these are popular, these pictures are the sort of thing people buy when they're on holiday, I guess, aren't they? or out for the day. Probably, I saw one there. Wasn't to my cup of tea, but it was 70 odd quid, which framed, which isn't a fortune. I suppose if you're on holiday, you're buying a memory, aren't you, really?
Certainly are.
Oh, look, the sale. I can't afford the sale prices. Got to look in the churchyard?
Come on, let's have a little look.
Why not? It's
Why not?
just our thing.
Look at this canopy.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah,
Look at this.
yeah.
Why do we always end up walking around a graveyard?
Well, sometimes we get the opportunity to read a few headstones, and sometimes, well, there are some with famous people on, aren't there? A few, and they are very peaceful places, I find. Very peaceful. I mean, this is lovely with these trees.
Shall we go in this church?
It's Sunday, but we
Look at
could.
this is a good photo, isn't it?
Of what? Of the
Look at this, look.
front? What?
Look at
What are we
that.
looking at? That is nice, yeah.
What church is this then?
I don't know.
Shall we have a look inside? Shall we have a look inside? Let's go in the church.
Yeah, have a glance. Morning.
Morning.
We're not coming to the service, we just thought we'd have a look at your church. We like churches.
Come on. It's like we've just got married, doesn't it? Whatever it goes like. Come on. How's the church? Did you see the Mouseman furniture
Fantastic.
carvings?
Yeah, it's Sunday and
We're just about to have a
about
church
to start the
service.
service. They tried to rope us in, but we declined. Yeah, we just spoke to the chap, and he gave us a couple of interesting snippets of information, and he's told us half the pews were built by the Mouseman.
Do you know anything about the Mouseman? Because I've heard of the Mouseman before.
Yeah, he all his furniture has a little mouse carved onto it.
It does.
Yep, and it's I've forgotten the name of the place now, but it's very near
Kilburn?
Kilburn. Is it Kilburn? Sutton Bank. It's very near Sutton Bank, and very near the White Horse, that village that's nearest there. And the furniture is exorbitantly expensive. It is beautiful, but I could probably at a push stretch to a fruit ball. That'd be about it.
Right.
Or probably not actually.
Oh, we're looking around the
Yeah,
graves.
I could buy the fruit ball, but I wouldn't then be able to afford to put the fruit in it.
Oh. What now?
We're going to head down to this stream or river bridge.
Alright, come on then. So this is what? The Methodist church.
It was. Methodists have worshipped here on this site from 1856 until 2014. So there's a sign on the door directing you to another Methodist church. Because
Cool.
it's closed since 1914, so it's been closed 10 years.
Well, since when?
2014. 2014.
I
Sorry.
say.
Yeah. There's a broken window up there, which it's been closed for 10 years. Fabric's going to start to deteriorate unless they keep it maintained. What they're calling the faithful to prayer, which is why we're not there, I guess. Of course, it's got no garden and no parking, but that would make a spectacular conversion, wouldn't it?
Do you want to convert it? You said this in Ireland.
I couldn't afford it, could I?
You
Come
said
on.
this at that church in Ireland that you
Well, I'm
wanted
just
to convert.
yeah, but come on, don't we all watch George Clark's What's It Spaces or Grand Designs? We all watch
Look at these.
watch Grand Designs, don't we?
They're nice. Key logs in. It's like wacky races.
Oh,
What is it? A penny farthing?
penny farthing, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
couldn't
size-
see-
it's the size of the
look at
coins.
size of little wheel. It's hardly worth it.
Well, that's
What on earth
effectively-
does that little wheel do? How does that stabilise it?
Well, that's what it does. Otherwise, it'd be a unicycle, wouldn't it? It's obviously tipping over backwards or whatever. Hey, it's only 22 quid.
Are you going to get it?
22 quid?
22 quid? Don't be silly. It's not 22 quid.
Well, there's two twos and then two zeros that are smaller, so I assume that means £22 and no pence.
No, it's 2,200 it's
I
worth.
know,
Come on,
I know.
come on.
Do you know how you get on one? How do you get on that?
Well, you climb up.
How?
I'll give you I'd need step ladders.
How do you get? No. Well, I don't know if your legs will be long enough. No, what you do is.
You were saying?
What you do is you put obviously you're holding the handlebars. You stand on that little stirrup there. See that little stirrup?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you push off with your other leg and swing your leg over onto the other pedal and sit, and then put the foot that was on the stirrup onto the other pedal, and then you set off.
I'd trip up. I'd fall off. Well, it's certainly quite quaint round here.
It is. It's also like Piccadilly Circus. It's like
Well,
crazy.
it's popular, isn't it?
Well, yes, it's Sunday morning.
Oh, look.
What am I looking at?
Just a nice little bit of river. It's
Yeah.
quite low, isn't it?
Stream, probably.
Yeah. Hey up. It's all happening round here.
Heck.
Felt heat coming off of that. Oh, look at this. Oh, look.
Very
Imagine
nice.
that as your back garden. That's pretty, isn't it?
I would actually not. I'd actually put up with it as my front garden even.
Yeah. Look at that. That's nice. This is it's like a miniature Aysgarth Falls, isn't it?
I tell you what though, sound of running water, you'd always be wanting to fall asleep, wouldn't you? At night you'd sleep well if you had that sound on, but the trouble is you'd also hear that sound and always be wanting to go for a wee-wee, wouldn't you?
Well, I would, I know that. I was just about to say that. You stole my lines.
Ah,
You stole my
great
lines.
minds and all that, yeah?
If I could hear you cry from here, I would crash through this atmosphere. No common stars or satellites.
Destination is on the right.
Well, I don't remember it looking like this before. Can't get out. Oh, come. I'm in a puddle. Right, so you're going to have to shout because we've not got microphones on.
So I reckon that the farmers would have transported their butter to Hawes to sell, and if they had any left over, rather than traipse all the way back over to the farm and drag it all the way downhill, only to drag it back up the hill again, they'd leave it down there as a perfect fridge, cold store, until the next market day.
I'm coming home to love you to infinity. If I could hear you cry from here.
It's like Piccadilly Circus.
You've got spicy, mac and cheese, spicy and smoky mac and cheese. You like your mac and cheese, don't you?
Hang on, let me come out.
We've got Hosin duck, and we've got firecracker chicken.
What's that mac and cheese?
You see?
Oh, I'll have that. That's nice.
Mac and melt.
I'll have that.
Yeah, I thought it might.
So we thought we'd stop back here, didn't we? And have something to eat, because it's dinner time at 11:30. And why is it dinner time at 11:30?
Because we got up early.
Because we got up early and had breakfast at 7, didn't
Shall
we?
I have Thai style or Chinese style.
You have what you want.
A firecracker chicken or fiery Penang.
Well, I want the mac and cheese.
Yeah, lady.
Bye, Kevin, round here.
Seems to be.
Here they come on the bikes. There you go. Peaceful. Just the breeze.
Yeah, but look, coming up the hill. He's going for it, isn't he, that bike?
It's a cyclist.
I know, but he'll come past breathing heavily. He's working it.
I'd have had a heart attack by now.
He's doing all right. You can hear him breathing. I suppose he has to. Excellent job, mate. Well done.
Give me a toe.
You know, you're doing brilliantly. Lady as well. She's doing really
You
well.
what?
Lady. I didn't realise
Why
it
is
was
this
lady.
surprised?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not surprised, but she's doing a really good job. Really working that hill, standing up on the pedals.
It just goes to show that women can do things
I didn't
like
say
that.
they couldn't. I'd be a ball of sweat if I was doing that now.
I'd be on the floor, dead.
I'd rather sit here, look at this fantastic view, and looking at the odd motorbike, car, bus even, come past and just enjoy the scenery. Heading to Hawes.
And then he's going to Kirby Longsdale. Hello, everybody! Oh no, we've got company.
Yeah.
They changed their mind.
Took one look at us. Yeah, this bench ain't big enough for the both of us.